And I mean, we do already for sure have a Xenoblade Chronicles X character in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, being Gray. Gray just straight up is a Xenoblade Chronicles X character. But the question is he a Xenoblade Chronicles X character just for funsies, just for Monolith Soft to be like, hey, all you Xenoblade Chronicles X fans, here's a really big cookie for you to have like a class and character based around like this game that you enjoyed, you know? Is it just meant to be Monolith Soft giving Xenoblade X fans like a really big gameplay cookie? Or is there a story reason to it? I really hope that there's a story reason to it. Because yeah, the fact that a Xenoblade X character exists in Xenoblade 3 very much intrigues me. So please be for story reasons and not just for fun. Please. Please factor in Gray. Please say that he's like the Black Knight that you see at like the last few seconds post credits in Xenoblade Chronicles X. I hope. Well, something that I've been thinking about doing is just like making a short little video on like predictions for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 / like some theories to see like what I get right and wrong by the time the game comes out. For some reason I like to think the console members are some characters from Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't know, like, you mean like the dudes in red and whatnot with like the infinity signs? I don't know about that. Maybe, possibly. So what was I doing here? I was doing something here, right? Let's see here. Lowest level of town. Let's see here. It seems the required materials are in the Barren Temple. So, also a character called Z, in which he seems to be the leader. That makes you think Zanza's back again. I would presume most likely not, if I had to guess there. Like, I think the Zanza plotline is pretty much done. And, you know, after the whole thingamabob with Klaus in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I think it'd be very weird to bring Zanza back as, like, an antagonist again. I think it'd be very weird and jarring at that point. And tutorial obtained earning money. How do I get fluoride? Or fluorite, or whatever the heck. Let's see here. NieR Replicant fluorite. Let's see here. Fluorite is a raw material. How do you get it? Rare drops from the crate of B2 on Junk Heap and at harvest points in the Barren Temple. Okay, so it's not going to be any enemies, just like harvest points. So I'll go around looking for harvest points and whatnot. But, you know, we got like the evil Zanza in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and then Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was like the super chill Klaus and whatnot. So I think it'd be like really, I feel like if they were just like, oh, Zanza's back and he's evil again, from a storytelling perspective, it'd just be like, ugh, we've already seen this, you know? Especially considering Xenoblade Chronicles is a really good example of like a series that takes established ideas and uses them to do something completely different. Unlike series is like, I don't know, things like Pokemon that just takes established ideas, and uses them to do the exact same thing that you've already seen before, you know? Like, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was the story of a god who did too much. The god of Zanza felt like, he created the world, so he has, like, all free reign over it and whatnot. So he's gonna, you know, recreate the world and make one where things are better off for him because he totally has the right to do that because he made this world in the first place, he figures. So Xenoblade 1 is the story of a god that does too much, and Xenoblade 2 is the story of a god that does too little. What with, like, Klaus having created that world, and then, you know, helping get it started and whatnot, but then seeing that people are just going back to, like, being evil and stuff again, and he's like, well, I guess my plans were doomed to fail. I'm just gonna go, like, hands-off from here and see what happens and whatnot. And it's that being hands-off and seeing what happens here that creates the villain of Amalthus / Malos. So, Xenoblade 1 is a god that does too much. Xenoblade 2 is a god that does too little. It makes me really wonder what Xenoblade 3 is gonna do then in that case. It makes me wonder if, like, the head honcho of, like, that Council of Dudos, like, Z, you said his name was? I wonder if it's gonna be, like, a person who strives to become a god, much like Klaus / Zanza did, except we actually got to see it, like, firsthand in the story. That's my prediction for what it'll try to do. But Xenoblade Chronicles is already, like, such a good example of using already established ideas to do something completely different. I've never seen this many wolves on screen before. Holy crap. And whatnot. Yeah, so Xenoblade 2 is a story of a god that does too little, because he went hands-off from there and just straight up let Amalthus bring ruin to the world, is the thing. So, taking established ideas and using them to do something completely different. And I find that really fascinating. So I find it very strange if Xenoblade Chronicles 3 took already established ideas and used them to do the exact same thing that the series has already seen before. Like they've established across Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2 that they're not about that. They could have easily just brought Klaus back and then been like, ah yes, he's the big bad again. Like the other half of him here. Whereas they were like, nah, he's back, but he's not the big bad. He's you know, he's someone who's hands off, and it's by being hands off that the other villains were created and whatnot. I mean, yeah, freaking it's Xenoblade suppose for like the other video games and whatnot.
I got your
if you know one JRPG, that means that you should know them all. Thank you so much. Now all that's left is create the coat and make amends. Also, isn't that kind of ironic considering some of the names in this game though, Crystal?
She's super mad at you, right? Will she even let you speak to her long enough to give her the present?
Well, she did throw something at me the last time I approached, so I don't know, maybe you could ask her for me.
Oh, come on, really? Look, if it's just giving her a message, fine, but the present's on you.
Of course, I'm sorry for all the trouble. Anyway, you can find her on the floor just above us. Okay, is the thing. Is it now? I don't know if I'd quite agree there. Let's see here.
Hi there.
I
have a message for you.
But yeah, I did see that earlier indeed, Guzma. My good cheater of a husband, I bet.
Yeah. Anyway, he says he knows he was wrong and wants to give you an apology present.
Oh, that is so like him. He should have known better than to cheat in the first place. He's far too stupid to ever pull it off. Still, he sounds like he's learned his lesson. So maybe I'll forgive him just this once. Wait, what? Oh, like just, oh, for like earlier in this, yeah, good old red bag guy, our favorite hero. I just patched things up, more or less. Oh, I thank you. Couldn't have done it without your help.
Don't cheat on her again, okay?
Oh, I won't. From now on, I'm dedicating my whole life to making her happy. Ooh! Okay, that's very good. And I apparently need to look on like the lower levels for this missing person. Hanging around with her boyfriend and on like the lower levels, right? Was the thing. I mean, I could just Google it. Is what I might do. Maybe I'll do that. There's someone like right in the center to talk to there. It seems like. So from this aside. Real IGN interview with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out. Haven't gotten to watch it yet, but it's out there. Oh. Oh. Speedrun strats. Excuse me, could I ask something of you? Is Kaine not a strange name? Rule 56,908 says that in order to strike the community solidarity, you must interact with others on a regular basis. You're spending a lot of time in our city lately. It'd be nice to have you join in.
What do I need to do?
First, I will tell you who to speak to and what to say. Once you deliver the message, you will receive another message that must be delivered. Let's do this 5 times. If you make a mistake, we'll start over from the beginning. Recipient knows what message you will have, so don't try to cheat your way out of the obligation.
I think this is the best way to increase community solidarity.
I'm sorry, but it's a rule. Will you please consider it? Yeah, there we go, the tangled message.
I'm all for making friends. Let's do it.
Thank you. Here's the first message. The recipient is the person guarding the left side of the exit. The message is, the masked people respect their rules. I wish you good luck.
This is one strange thing.
This is one strange city.
That's not untrue.
Speaking of which...
What?
I trust you have not forgotten the message.
We'll see.
We'll see. We shall see there. But yeah, all the names in Xenoblade are meant to, you know, have something meaning behind them a lot of the time. Like, especially with, like, the proper names for the Aegises, for example, like Logos, Numa, and Ontos, for example. The things that they draw parallels to. And they also try to, you know, make things that are fitting for people on their position. Like, for example, one of the main big bads of Amalthus is, you know, the head of this whole, you know, religious organization in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, for example. So he's meant to have a name that's, like, very foreign and divine and whatnot, and you wouldn't normally hear. Look at us, we can easily afford this now. And whatnot. Yeah, that's definitely one that I do wonder about there. There we go, we got the weapon. Is it better than my current Thingamabob, I wonder? Let's see here. So I quite like the Xenoblade names. Let's see here. Very light to very heavy. I might just chill with oh, but that was the Earthworm's Claw. Heavy, huh? Beastbane. Beastbane. Maybe they just didn't have that, you know, planned out since you know, Xenoblade 1 yet. Sure, let's try Beastbane for a little bit. We shall see. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that turns out there and whatnot. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles names are probably some of my favorite names in video gaming. Whoops, gosh dang it. This is the thing. Whoops, what am I doing? So the person to the exit, right, or in the outside. Strongest weapon in part 1. It would make sense being as expensive as it is.
Are you the first recipient?
I am. Your message, please. This one, right?
It was,
This
the
one.
people respect their rules.
I wouldn't think so. He seemed like I would doubt that he would suddenly change his ways after Xenoblade 1. You know, those are the most precious thing we have. Now for your next message. The recipient is he who protects the king's left. Messages: the men of the mask work for the king. So like to the left of the castle or something, right? Men of the mask work for the king. But yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe he wasn't able to see like super far into the future because after all, Shulk did wish for a world without gods, and being able to see super far into the future would probably be Elvis disrespecting that, right? Would be the thing. So maybe it's not like him literally seeing it, more so just like him theorizing it. I would imagine. If I had to hazard a guess. Missing girl, I could have sworn she was shopping with someone at the Strange Things store. Well, hiya.
Are you the second recipient?
I am. Let me hear your message. Work for the king.
The men of the mask work for the king, right?
Correct. The men of the mask will give all in their service of the king. Now here's your next message. I don't think that, you know, people acting within you know, what people can do is exactly acting like gods as the thing. It's still within the limits of what a person can do. I'm fairly certain, you know, Xenoblade rules, I think godly would be like the power of creation and destruction, like true creation and destruction, and dictating without a shadow of a doubt the way the future is going to go. You know, being able to change fate, essentially. And, you know, we don't know that that's what they're doing, so I don't think it really counts as being godly there. Person taking care of the children. Messages: childcare can be difficult. And whatnot. At least it's not for Xenoblade 3. I mean, these games have been out for a hell of a long time at this point. That's the thing. Anybody who hasn't played Xenoblade already should totally go do it. It's not like we're doing important, like, NieR Replicant stuff right now. We're just doing, like, side quests and whatnot. So anybody who wants to, like, you know... anybody who's watching this on YouTube after the fact, and doesn't want Xenoblade spoilers, they can avoid it without missing, like, NieR Replicant story. You know. And whatnot. They're expensive? They're just the same price as, like, any other video game. Just talk about, like, Nintendo not reducing the price of their games? Is all you mean, maybe? This away we go. They're absolutely worth it. So we're in the console doing the exact same thing that Zanz is doing. Let's who just fight out, taking their life force so they can live their long. But that's not. Is that really godly freaking thingamabob? I guess you're saying like the whole Bionis taking the Hum's energy and whatnot, kind of thingamabob. Is all you mean there? I don't think there's anything I need from like here, right? I don't think so. I guess I could have gotten wolf hides from here, but they're stupidly expensive. Is the thing. We'll get Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Day 1. Alright, hi.
Are you the third recipient?
Yes, I am. May I hear your message? Childcare can be difficult.
Childcare can be difficult.
Correct, it is often difficult. Now I will give you the next message. Recipient is the Southeastern Guardian. Messages: only nobility may enter the treasury. Southeast, huh? So, like, down that way. So down this way, right? Most likely. Down this way we go. Yeah, maybe it would be worth doing, like, maybe a podcast like discussion. You know, I don't do a whole lot of actual podcasts on this channel. It's usually just like, you know, reactions to like directs and then discussing it afterwards. And I was just talking earlier about you know, potentially releasing some sort of a video talk about like Xenoblade 3 theories before Xenoblade 3 comes out, seeing how much is right and how much is wrong. Guzma, would you like to freaking do a freaking podcast like discussion with me discussing Xenoblade 3 before it comes out by chance and whatnot? What? Should totally play it. Only animals may enter the treasury, only nobility may enter the treasury.
Only nobility may enter the treasury.
Correct, the treasury houses the most precious objects of our people, but none but royalty have the right to touch them. Now your final message. Recipient is the long-winded person. Message is quicksand. Long-winded, what, is that gonna be like the judo in the, right in the center or something? Nah, he's not lit up on the map there. Long-winded person. What does it mean? What does it mean, though? Imagine. What does it mean? What is the meaning of this? Like, I can just go around, like, the whole thing. Looking and see who's lit up and stuff, I guess. What where would they be? Well, where could they possibly be? Where, oh where? But yeah, the definitive edition is pretty solid. Just wondering if I can break those pots. The definitive edition is pretty good, I must say. I quite enjoyed it to the point that I, like, nearly 100%ed it. It's 100%ed except for, like, a few just super duper tedious achievements is all it is the thing. Yeah, just making sure there. Theory that the reason the Conduit merged the worlds together is because of Malos' death. Xenoblade 2 Numo was split, so because of Alphys being gone, it could have acted as a Trinity processor, but since Malos died, he died right when the Conduit disappeared. So that world now has two Trinity processors, Pyra and Mithra. So, well, it has two halves of a third of the Trinity processor is the thing. Knowing Alphys is in the other world and merge with them so they can have three of them again? Maybe? But yeah, and the 3DS version was like my first way playing Xenoblade Chronicles, so I had even worse graphics than, you know, the Wii version and whatnot. Is the case. Long-winded person, huh? Like, it's not that one in the center and whatnot. Not over there. Is it one of you two?
Are you the fifth recipient?
I guess so. Why yes, I'm the fifth and final recipient. How fabulous that you have made it this far. Well, I am astounded. Now state your message. Quicksand. Imagine if you had to do the whole thing from the beginning if you got it wrong. Correct, amazing. And while we're on this subject, allow me to tell you of the deep historical connections between quicksand and this message ritual. For you see, also, for anyone that doesn't have access to playing Xenoblade Chronicles in the near future, I've literally done a complete playthrough of 1-2 Torna and Xenoblade Chronicles X on this channel. Just check that out, easy plug. Just look up Xenoblade Chronicles on the channel.
He certainly enjoys listening to himself.
Can it only exist through the Trinity processor? The Trinity processor was just like meant to be a way to like keep the conduit in check. Was it explicitly stated that it really needed it to continue existing in that dimension and whatnot? Here's your reward for completing the task.
Does really help to build connections?
This blast towers beyond my comprehension.
I mean, because I would presume that anybody watching this right now is already like entertained enough by watching me play this series that they'd be entertained enough by another series, you know? Sweet! And I gotta get the watermelon while I was here, right? Is what I had to do. So it stands to follow that anybody who's here already would already be interested in the channel, and anybody who might be interested in Xenoblade Chronicles could then find Xenoblade Chronicles. Oh my good gracious. On the channel. So, watermelon. Bam. I had like 30k. It's a pretty good amount. I guess I don't need to do any grinding for, you know, gold off camera, considering you know, we did the quests and whatnot. Conduit in check 2, but now that Mouse got on the conduit, doesn't have all 3. It's going crazy by I mean, it already didn't have all 3 in the world of Xenoblade 2. like, when Alvis went to the world of Xenoblade 1, though. Like, it was already 2 there for a while, was the thing. Because Ontos triggered, like, a space-time whatever the heck event and disappeared to some other dimension, that other dimension being Xenoblade 1. So, was the case there. But yeah, Guzma, my, is the chat appearing there? Probably, I don't know. Guzma, my question, did you want to have, like, a proper discussion with, like, Xenoblade 3 predictions and theories before it comes out? Let's see here. Is there anything else to, do here really quickly? Let's see here. So, not that there. I wonder if I can buy natural rubber somewhere, because now we have the funds and whatnot. From the seafront is what it was. Okay. So the next time that I'm there, yeah, so get that. The Airy. Head to the library. Let's see here. I need some mutton. 5 pieces of mutton and 5 pieces of goat meat. So that. I'm sure that lore nerding about anything, because the closer you come is with Warcraft, and your last lore educating session was several years ago, so it's been a while. Get into Xenoblade! So we can go to, near the lighthouse, Fluorite. So I can go to the seafront for that anyway, right? Okay, maybe I should do the missing girl while we're here. Maybe. Yeah, maybe? Because I guess Elvis, you know, wasn't dead. Was a thing. Setting you down for the podcast? Oh, you wouldn't mind a podcast with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Okay, I see that now. Whoops, sorry. Let's see here. NieR Replicant, the missing girl. Wah. Let's see here. I mean, that's kind of the way that it is with Xenoblade, except for the weird situation with X, is the thing. So let's see here. You need to investigate the lower level of facade where the girl and her boyfriend were last seen. Jump down to the lowest level of facade and investigate the area marked with the red splatter on the map above to find the... Okay, I may as well do that here. Because, yeah, it should probably come out in, like, you know, a decent smidge of time before, like, Xenoblade Chronicles, Chronicles 3 to give, you know, nerds some time to tune into, tune into that if they're interested. I don't know what your schedule's looking like. I imagine you probably have work tomorrow, right? So let's see here. They go like this away. So if I go... Wow. So from somewhere how many chapters Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has? Intriguing.
I'm covered in sand.
Oh, so even like the crossover thingamabobs. Huh. Intriguing. So on the map, they're like... right below the item shop, it seems like. Recovery weekday from 8 AM to 4 PM. Okay, so probably better sometime shortly after work and not like a late night like tonight, probably. How did they get there? Investigate the lower level facade where the girl and her boyfriend were last seen. Jump down to the lowest level facade and investigate the area marked with the red splatter on the map above. And they're like right underneath the item shop, and I have no idea how they got there. Quite frankly. May I enter the treasury? Do I need to enter the treasury? This guy doesn't say. I'm so confused how they got under the item shop. So very confused. Tell you, but all you know is that the chapters are very long. Someone's on chapter 2 with about 20 hours already. My, oh my. I'll just have it be a surprise, I figure. I have no idea how to get down there. This guide is freaking useless.
I'm covered in sand.
Take care before all your... health is lost.
Would certainly be interesting. So they're like... where they were right on the map there might have been a lie, because they might have actually been... it's like somewhere around here. But like not. Maybe it's over at this other one, and the map picture that they showed was just like a complete lie. Or something like that. Yeah, the map picture that this stupid guide showed was a complete lie.
The missing girl should have been around here with her boyfriend.
A complete lie.
Say, are these bloodstains?
Yeah, and they look fresh.
I fear the missing girl may somehow figure into this yet.
I can click off that tab now.
Well, she was last seen with her boyfriend. Maybe he
Whoops,
knows
I pressed A
something.
too fast. That'd certainly be something. Maybe he knows something? Are you him? He could well be. Is it girl? Sorry, I haven't seen her. Why not ask her boyfriend? He's standing watch at the town entrance. Oh. Okay, so town entrance then, huh? Almost. There we go. There we go. There we go. I do like how I'm able to move up that way and whatnot. I mean, you know, Xenoblade does have like a lot of references to, you know, religious kind of stuff. Yes, who are you?
We're looking for your girlfriend. She's been missing for a few days now. You were the last one to see her before she vanished, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're her boyfriend. Aren't you worried about her?
Well, yes. Yes, of course I am. Business isn't of yours, outsider.
Big foul creature. We found bloodstains in the very area where the two of you are last seen. You can hide nothing from Grimoire Vice. Confess, O guilty one. Confess and unburden your soul. Confess, lest others who are not as forgiving as I discover your terrible secret.
No, it was an accident. We were arguing over something stupid and she pushed me, so I pushed her back. She must have slipped or something. She fell and hit her head on the wall. Oh, God, I didn't mean to hurt her. I loved her.
Accident or not, a person died. Trying to cover that up is a serious crime.
I knew I couldn't hide forever. I hope so. I really hope so, Guzma. I didn't know what to do, so I put the body in the sand spout, well, just outside the city. And again, maybe Gray's connected to it in some way. That's all I can tell you. I'm so sorry. Maybe Gray is the Black Knight, like I'm hoping is the
We're gonna
case.
check on the sandspout well. You stay here.
But yeah, in terms of, you know, if you want to have like a proper podcast discussion thingamabob there, would by chance tomorrow after work do well for you there? Because tomorrow is when I do like my EU-friendly stream and whatnot, so I'll do like another live story and whatnot is my plan. So if sometime after that you want to do the thingamabob, I'd be down. If you are. So I don't know where the freaking sandspout well thingamabob is. Wish I could see like the markers on the map like here. Because I honestly have no idea where I'm supposed to be going for this. Not a clue. I have no idea where it could be. Oh, outside town? Oh. The red X is the main story. Is what the red X there. That's how you like progress the plot. But I can go and check outside town. I guess I didn't see that that bit there. Whoops, appreciate the heads up on that though. Whoa, this away. Yeah, so I'm kind of ignoring the red X for a while because once we go start doing the red X, that'll be like, you know, the path towards the freaking part 2 and stuff. Are there, now that I actually have funds, are there cool things at the weird things shop? Yeah, X marks the plot. Okay, I guess I can't buy things there. Well, fine, this super epic theme from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and scared you, made you think at first that you were listening to a final boss theme. But it turns out the theme that plays in the prologue just made it sound very epic. I mean, this is another video game that had like a very epic theme playing in the prologue, what with snow and summer and whatnot. So let's see here. Okay, he's just sobbing. So outside town, let's see here. So let's see how about... Doobie's quite relaxed there. Seems like... Okay, so... Yeah, I don't know what freaking well it's gonna be. Now she's putting her paws over her head. Like, I am very confused.
The sandspout well.
I guess I got the first try.
The most pleasant task you've ever signed us
Well,
up for.
fancy then.
I don't see a body.
How peculiar. Do you think the young lad lied to us?
Why would he lie about the body and not the murdery bit? Well, I guess we should go tell the family.
So there was no body to be found.
Guess
What's
so.
going
Oh, I
on?
like even the
He
mirage
must have
kind
been
of
carried off by the sands,
effect there.
or the wolves.
Oh no.
Or perhaps the man was mistaken all along.
Maybe. And maybe she's alive and well and just fine and all that stuff. Maybe, mayhap. So let's see. What's going on over here, huh? Well, guess we're not jumping over that. So, like, over here, right? Yeah. So, over this way. Guess what? My daughter's back.
Listen, your daughter is... Wait, what?
Guess she's a-okay there. My apologies for bothering you.
But your boyfriend told us you were...
By the gods! You're alive! But how? What's going on? You're all acting like I died or something. Imagine you just killed someone else because you can't tell who's who with the masks. Yes, you're acting terribly strange. But back there, the well! Whatever.
I don't understand a single thing that's happening right now.
Could the man possibly have been deluding himself this entire time?
Well, our daughter's back with us, so all's well that ends well as far as I'm concerned. Here's a token of our gratitude for helping with the search. Wow, yeah, this is absolutely the way to get like a bunch of gold there. We're at, you know, almost 40k now. So yeah, if ever any quest is asking me to buy things, I can afford them. And once we get into like part 2 and have to go around buying some more weapons, I'll be able to afford a whole bunch. It'll be great. Alright, so yeah, we're decking ourselves out here. And it's just a bunch of like fetch quests and going around and doing things, but it is helping us out in the long run, even though some of them have been stupidly expensive. In the long run, they are helping here.